Well, welcome, fellow diamond painters. DP Crazy Lady here. It is 6:07 p.m. It is Wednesday, I believe. No, I'm sorry. It's Tuesday, the 4th, February 2025. Days run into each other. I want to show you what I'm painting right now, and I'll explain it. I worked on that white tiger all these days, from the date I started it after midnight on the 1st until early this morning. I worked a little bit on it, and it's going nutsy cuckoo. I'm lucky to have the one corner done that I showed you, and not even half of the next little section. And I am just, the squares are getting to me. So it's going to be one of the ones I'm going to either work partially on when I get to it, roll it up, put it away, and get back to it, as I go. But in the same vein, because of Bianca, aka Queen Bee DP, we're doing the white tiger. I am still doing a white tiger because in the gifting she gave me of Temu orders last year, this white tiger was in there. Let's see if I can get it in there. Where'd it go? Well, my camera is not picked. There we go. Good heavens, I'm good at this. There it is. There is the white tiger. So it's still a white tiger. And it is a round, thank goodness. There are 22 colors. I'm going to be able to use some of my blue rhinestones for the eyes. So there we go. This is what I've done so far, just this little bit. And what I'm doing is I'm using this round drill, or ruler. I really like this one. The only thing is that it's like it covers like every other one or so, and then you peel it off and then place the other ones in, in the spaces. What I like about this one is it's very, very sturdy. I think I've mentioned it before. You can peel and bend this thing, and it's holding up fantastically. I can't use the square on my squares over there on my Dreamer because it doesn't match up to the grid. So can't use it, and that is what's driving me insane. So I thought I would go ahead and do this. I'm going to fill in part of this and stuff while I talk to you a little bit and explain why I haven't been on for a couple of days. So I'm going to pause you, get you in the holder. I've got to stick the phone on charge too because it's going down. So hang in there and I'll be right back. Okay, I think you're there. And I can drop you down just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Oy, I'm telling you. Bianca, I am so glad of the news of your father, that they got his heart rhythm back the way it should be. And I'm sorry I haven't answered your emails. I haven't really been on that much, but I did read the email, and I'm very, very happy. Hopefully he'll be coming home soon, and you'll be able to take care of him. So, as far as my mother, you'd have to understand my mother. She is very, very stubborn. She is Romanian, but she's got some Irish in her, and she does what she wants to do. And I have not heard from her, and she said she would call me when she was ready to deal with it and whatever she would do. So I'm letting her take her time. My mother does what my mother wants to do. And you don't want to argue with her. It upsets her, hurts her feelings, and yada yada. So, I guess no news is good news. Um, I've been really, really busy. Um, I'm telling you, it's like my daughter has 3 doctor's appointments this month, and she just went to the one on, let's see, Monday. Let me get this color here first. Let's see. It's the number 21. Okay. Um, we went. I think I told you that we went to the vet on Friday and they were closed. They said, and when I went in on Monday, they were open, and they said, yeah, the veterinarian needed a much needed vacation, which, hey, I understand that. So, while they were while the vet was on vacation, the receptionists and nurses or whatever they call them there, the vet techs, uh, had gotten some new blood machines or blood working machines, whatever they were talking about, and they were learning on those and being instructed on them. So naturally, they took the time off in order to do that. But we took him in on Monday morning, and it was crowded. There was one family that came in there, and all the cats stay indoors, I guess. But it was a mother cat and like 5 kittens. Well, they were a little older. They were coming in to get their shots and checked over, and then they'll be scheduled later to be neutered or spayed if that's what they plan on doing, which I'm sure they do. But they came in with this huge cage. It was just something, and we put it on wheels, and they wheeled it in, wheeled it out, and they were the quietest cats. Then another girl had her cat there named Kiki, and it was a tuxedo cat, and she had been spayed, and she was just the sweetest little thing. But then a guy came in with a husky, and yep, if you watch those huskies on YouTube, yes, that is reality. They never shut up. He said that when I forget what he said the dog's name was. He said it, now it's out of my head. But anyway, he said when he was a puppy, he didn't really do any talking or do any, howling or anything. And he thought, oh man, I was hoping he was going to be, talk to me and say things, make noise and everything. He said now, as he's gotten older, and I guess the dog is about 1.5 years, I think he said, he never shuts up. He said, now I never wished that he started talking. He just was going off on it. And another lady came in with a Labradoodle, beautiful big black Labradoodle with some white on its face, beautiful dog. And we decided, and I didn't know they had it. If I didn't know they had that for Liam instead of all the pills and shots and everything else, I would have done that. It would have saved us even more money. But they do have a topical flea thing that also takes care of heartworm. And I said, well, let me have that. I said, because I'm tired of being bit. And I asked her, I said, but when you take him in there, I said, if you can, since you guys seem to have more control over him to cut his nails, unless you got 3 people controlling him, can you open his mouth and look? Because he has all his teeth on the top, I believe. I haven't been able to look too much to the top right center. But on the bottom, he has his row of teeth just past the canine. And then there's nothing after that, where maybe a row of 4 teeth should be, and then as you go back, the rest of the teeth are there, and it's the same on both sides. And I said he's never lost his teeth. He hasn't, bitten into anything to break those off, because if he had, we would have seen him in pain, or he wouldn't have, wouldn't want to eat or chew on the things he chews on, so on and so forth. And when I asked the vet tech, though, she said, well, it's a possibility that maybe she said she hates to say it, but maybe it was a deformity, at birth. Something in the genetics of his mother and father. I said, well, yeah, I'm not, upset about that. I just was concerned, thinking that, maybe there was something wrong, and I wanted it checked. And she come back out and she goes, well, he's got teeth in there. And I said, well, no, not right there. And she goes, well, to be perfectly honest with you, he does have teeth, at least up front, she said, because that's as far as I could get before he bit me. So, yeah, we know he's got those teeth. So I told her, I said, well, never mind. I just was concerned, that maybe there was something going on. And so we did the topical for him and for the cat. And then he had his nails cut. Now, when he goes back in next month, he needs to get his distemper booster. He's good for his rabies until almost the end of next year. So he's good. And he still weighs almost the exact same, about 14 pounds. So he's doing good. You see, so we went there, we brought him home. I thought I'd go down to the food bank for bread and to see, they usually give monthly giveaway, monthly food or whatever. Well, I went down there and they said no, they were going to be closed for their, food until next week. Things have been a little short, they said, so I can understand that. Let's see, any more? Yeah. So I'll go back down next week. But then we left there, and I ran to Aldi's because I had just enough money to get a creamer. I needed to get creamer because we do get our food stamps and stuff on Wednesday. On Wednesday. So, well, tomorrow. So we can do our grocery shopping. So I don't need the food money, go down there. So, anyhow, so we did that, came home, went, and then we had to come home, and then at 2:30, at my daughter's doctor's appointment was at 2:30, and it's just right down the street, like maybe 5 minutes away or so. So she went down to her doctor appointment there, and she was in there for about maybe a half hour, and then we came home. That was the end of it. I turned around and had chili left over from the day before, so I thought, you know what, I'd like to have some Mexican food, and I'm definitely not going to go buy any at Taco Bell or anything. So I had some of them round, crunchy, flat shell things. I forget what you call them, but I'm sure you all know what I'm trying to explain, at least I think. And so I shredded a little bit of cheese on them. Then I put some chili on top of that. Then I put lettuce, shredded lettuce, some little sliced up little cherry tomatoes, and then a dollop of sour cream. But prior to the sour cream and the lettuce and tomatoes. If I stuck it in the oven to melt the cheese underneath the chili, and then I topped it with all that stuff, and oh my gosh, they were so good. Oh, they were so good. So today she had a dentist appointment. We didn't have anywhere else we had to go or be, so thank goodness. We just went to her dentist appointment. They did a root canal. And, oh, the traffic, I'm telling you. They still haven't finished that byway, highway thingy, whatever they're doing there. I mean, it's been going on for almost 2 years, and it's like, ugh. So we had to go all the way around again and, you know, run into all that traffic because everybody's being detoured. So then we came back home, and I said, well, I've got some, I had one piece of a chicken breast left that I had bought at Aldi's. It comes in the bags, just like your chicken tenders or the wings or anything like that, plastic bag. And it was already spiced with garlic and some other spices. And then you just cook it up. It's not breaded, it's plain, you know, chicken breast. And so I thought, well, I'll cut that up, and then I'll go ahead and cut up what I have left of my broccoli and my cauliflower, zap those in the microwave till they're tender, and then I put the chicken in, oh, that one's bad. I put the chicken in the pan with a little bit of olive oil, browned it up a little bit, cooked it up, and after the broccoli and cauliflower were pretty much tender, I threw them in the pan with them, stirred that around, and I had gotten a couple packets of Béarnaise sauce, or Béarnaise, however you say it, sauce. So I made a packet of that, and then dumped that all over top of it, and then made a small little salad. Boy, was that good. So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow for supper. I don't know what I want to make. We had fish a couple days ago, so we had fish. So I'm like, okay, what do I do now? So that's pretty much the extent of my 3 or 4 days of just, I am pooped. I'm tired. And yesterday it was 57 degrees yesterday, beautiful. Went down to 20 last night. Today it didn't get past about 33, 35 degrees. And it's starting to snow, which they said we were going to get snow. So it's showing up. They said we may only get about 1 inch. So no big deal. I just didn't want to have to grocery shop in really, really cold weather. I hate it. I had I usually shop just at Aldi's or Walmart, and I thought, you know, I've only been in that, they built a new grocery store a year ago, so Myers, right down by me, probably 10 minutes away. And I've only been in there a couple times. I'd like to go in there, whoops, wrong color, where am I going? See, I can't talk and chew gum at the same time. I just can't diamond paint and talk at the same time. Did I get that in the right place? Yeah. So I want to go down there. I want to see what their prices are like, and they do have their own gas pumps, you know, and I think you can become a member, or I don't know if it's like Giant Eagle used to be, because Giant Eagle doesn't want to seem to do your points anymore like they used to. So I want to see if Myers has it, because their gas is usually really reasonable. I just put $10 in earlier today, and it gave me almost a half a tank. That's because well, the gas was, for me, it was $4.19 a gallon. So, because I have to put in premium. So, but I only have an 8-gallon tank. But it only gave me 2 or 3 gallons. So, it's enough for me to run the rest of this month, because we only have, Doug has one other doctor's appointment toward the end of the month, and that's fine. Don't plan on going anywhere else after that unless my mom gets back with me and I go up to the hospital or something if she decides to go. So that's about the extent. You got the full throttle, you know. I hope no one is too disappointed on the other White Tiger, but I am working on a White Tiger. It's just, I knew I probably should have drawn this one out first anyway. I probably should have done this one instead of, biting off more than I could chew with that one. I should know how I feel about Dreamer, and I have 2 or 3 other Dreamers here, and I have one specifically that I want to do this Halloween. I may do it sooner. It is a Dreamer, and I think it's around, but I'm not sure. But it is a Bridget Voth, which I did her, that midnight one of hers through Diamond, or through Craftably, and it was fantastic. It was easy to do. It was beautiful. I loved the way the drills laid. Everything was fine. But Dreamer, and this, someone asked, was this an older one or not? I don't think so, because my daughter got it for me last year. So I don't know. I don't know what improvements they've made. I haven't seen any improvements myself, but there's a possibility there are improvements. I don't know. I don't like the idea that they put a little mini border below, because sometimes that's a little sticky, and when you set the drills down to be in the line above, they just start dropping down, and you're shoving them back up, and they're dropping down. Or they go like waves, and I can't, I'm sorry, I can't handle it. So it's just something I, a stickler for. And it's the same way with my rounds. I'm a stickler with my rounds too. And I'm anal when it comes to drills. I want them to be straight. I want them to look good. Now, because I have to look at it. You guys see it on camera, and they look almost perfect when you see them, because that's what the film does. But when you have to look at them dead on with naked eyes and not, a picture, unless it's down on top of it, you're not going to see what I see. So I'm going to get off here then. I thought I would at least show you that I am working on something. I am doing it, and I'll be so busy tomorrow, because once I go grocery shopping, it usually takes 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours for grocery shopping. That's going shopping, going to another store, coming home, unloading, and then I'm dead. I'll be ready to either catnap something. It just tires me out, and I want to go early. We want to go at least by 10 o'clock. I usually get up at about 6, so unless the pup wakes me up earlier like he did last night, woke me up at 3. So I'm about really tired right now, starting to get the feeling of a headache. But I'm going to get off here and get this loaded up, so y'all have something, to hear from me. And thanks for all the prayers and everything else. I know my mother would appreciate it. I just wish she would listen. She just, I don't know if it's, like I said, the Irish in her, or her having the fear, or whatever it is. I don't know. It just, taking the pain pill that the doctor gave her is going to do nothing but alleviate. It's a band-aid, and she just, it's just her. I cannot make her do anything at all. Nothing. So, trying to explain to her about pancreatitis and all this other stuff, she just don't want to hear it. So her fate, her decisions, that they're all in her hands. I cannot force an issue. So I missed one. So I'm going to get off here, and like I said, I thank you so much for the prayers, thoughts, kind words. I really appreciate it. And same with all the kindness you showed to Bianca, for her father. That you guys are wonderful. Really, you guys are really fantastic. It's much needed in times of stress and, illness and stuff. It's really, really appreciated. And I thank you too. So, yeah, y'all have a good evening if you're watching this in the tonight, this evening, or have a good day Wednesday uh, if you see this in the morning. And I will, if I can't or don't get back to you, I will get back to you on Thursday. So have a good one. Hugs to you all. Love you. DP Crazy Lady. I'm out.